Going from $1,000 to 1 million in cryptocurrency can seem daunting, and for some people it can just seem like it's physically impossible, but there are some new methods. In fact, these methods have been around for the previous bull run, that people have done this to make a gain that 100 to 1000x. Now, dudes, as you know, I'm a realist and I'm trying to maneuver my way around the cryptocurrency market with you guys, and I'm not here for 1000x, but I do want to talk about something that will help your cryptocurrency, journey investing. And I brought this guy up, The Secret Cycles of Crypto. If we can see if he's still alive, because he hasn't made a post in a while, last time I checked, it would be great to actually speak to this guy. But I want to go over this guy's thesis, however you say it, because honestly, this is something that I think you guys need to be aware of, and it's literally so easy once you start to understand this, and this is how you make all the money in cryptocurrency. So again, shout out to this guy. Go and follow him if you want. He doesn't really post much, but he has some fucking real value on this Twitter thread here. So number one, below is a thread of infographics. He's created the most important lesson to learn about cryptocurrency investing. Remember, these are the principles he used to generate wealth, and hope they will guide you to do the same. So again, with cryptocurrency, the beautiful thing, I always talk about this shit, you need active income, etc. But I believe this guy went from pretty much nothing, like $1,000, maybe $2,000, to, I believe, millions and millions of dollars without that active income. And it was just this strategy here. Now, here we have the example of, both altcoin spent 10k accumulating altcoins in 2016. Why that important is because that was the previous run roundabout here when it was flat. Now 2021 it needs to be updated, and I think he will come with an updated version. But obviously, as we know, we're talking about 2025. But again, as we dive into this, dudes, it's going to be very, very impactful for you guys. So I would buckle up. I would maybe rewatch this, and I would really understand what we're going through and really follow through, because if you want to make stupid money in cryptocurrency by 2025, all you need to do is follow this. Again, I preach get the active income up, because we're going to start with a 10k investment here. But if you have 5k or less, etc., you can see with altcoin array, you get to stupid money. So let's get into this and let's talk about how to do this. So this is how successful multimillionaires were made in the previous 4-year cycle. Remember, he's talking about 2017 here. Him and his friends accumulated altcoins in 2016, comparable to 2020. It's obviously when he was making this post in 2021, because he was about to redo this again. By 2018, there were 2 types of altcoiners that came out of a cycle. Now, when I made this video a while ago, what was beautiful about this is both people, if you do this even worst case scenario, you will make a 20x, right? Obviously, altcoiner here is something to do the maths on the actual value here. It's stupid, right? But just understand this. So both altcoiners spent 10 grand accumulating altcoins in 2016. Now I'm looking at Bitcoin here, changes to your altcoins, but this is really where he's talking about this sideways action of doing nothing. Now obviously just with Bitcoin, you had stupid gains on this example. So altcoiner A is kind of the guy you want to follow, but if you're honestly altcoiner B, you're still going to do well. What isn't mentioned here, and what I think would have been good, but it just doesn't really fit the narrative, is to show altcoiner C that has the 10 grand and he walks away with 1 grand, right? Because he loses 90%, right? I think that's super important. So it's obviously these two are, this is the good guy and this is supposed to be the bad guy, but the bad guy still wins, right? Even though, he still has a decent run. So altcoiner A believes crypto will be a big part of the future, right? So this is how he gets to the 10k to the 300k. His altcoins did a 10x in Satoshi value. Remember, this guy, and I believe this as well, he values his altcoins compared to Bitcoin, because if your altcoins don't beat Bitcoin, for example, you might as well just hold Bitcoin, right? Does that make sense? Because if you're looking at, by 2025, I think we'll all agree Bitcoin's going to be, I'm not going to say it's going to be over 100 grand, but I generally think it will, but I do believe it's going to be more than 26 grand, right? But what he really means by this is if your altcoin doesn't beat Bitcoin, you might as well just hold Bitcoin, right? Because you're guaranteed to some degree to make money, right? So understand that. So his altcoins at a 10x in Satoshi value. So every time he mentions Satoshi value, that's what he means. During this time, BTC has 3x in dollar value. He now has 300 grand and he sells 10%. Now, a lot of people won't do this, to be honest, but it's good to take some profits. We're going to talk about altcoiner B, But get that 10% out. I'm very, very keen on the 20% out. I just think it's, my 5 layers, 20, 20, 20, 20. It's kind of like you're taking 5 out. His would be more of a 10x, or 10 layers, if that makes sense. 10% to get to 10 is 100, as you know. But just keep that in mind. There's no magic formula here, but understand he sells 10%, right? Get to the 2.5 million. He keeps selling 10% of his remaining altcoins as Bitcoin does another 10x. Now we've seen that. What's so important back here, we started to see that. And again, we're talking about altcoins as well. He now has a few $1 million just getting on phase 2. Now to get to that 20 million, which I think is unfathomable, he might have went a bit too far here, but again, he knows more than me and he knows more than most of us, so we're just going to go with the flow here. But it's definitely possible. Just understand, Fasty 20 million, probably going to be 99% out by then. But, this guy understands markets better than most of us. So he keeps selling 10% of his altcoins as they do another 10x in Satoshi value. He now has double-digit millions, and then to get set for life, again, 20 million for me, I'm going to be able to kind of be set for life. I'm not going to be fully set for life. don't think buy a private jet, but do I really want to? Probably not. But set for life, pretty much, fuck you money, even though I think 20 million is fuck you money, but set for life, like whatever, right? He realized he can achieve financial freedom and decides to retire with millions of dollars. He still holds a ton of altcoins that goes to minus 95% and loses a few $1 million worth of altcoins, but it hardly makes a dent in the gains he's realized. Now that's very interesting that he put that there in, guys, because a lot of people wouldn't mention that, but because he's done so well, and this is why I was to advocate to you guys as well, we can lose money on some of our altcoins, and we will lose money on some of our altcoins because you have to take risks or you'll just hold Bitcoin. That's why he's always talking about making it to Satoshi value. So understand that some of your altcoins will go to theoretically zero. Just understand that, and if you can be okay with that, you're going to do super effing well. Now let's talk about altcoin RB. He believes crypto is an emerging market where you can make loads of money. That's great. His altcoins are a 10x into Satoshi value. During this time, BTC is pretty much 3x the same here. He has 300k and he sells almost all of it. Now, I think that would be most people because it's a stupid amount, but I know me personally, I want more. Now I have a lot more than 10 grand to be invested in, but to do this, 30 odd X or so, it's pretty fantastic. But the first pump, if you start zooming in on charts, this is obviously Bitcoin, look at smaller caps, it'll show you better examples and we'll go over them in a second. The first pump is never the last pump. This little pump here, it's got a long way to go. We do take the 10% out or the 20% out that I'll be doing, but just keep in mind that we have to go further. So keep that in mind. So 500k, he could have easily been a multi-mil, he's upset here. He's upset he sold too early, so he's buying the dips near the top. 300k. So he does start to the opposite. He starts to get FOMO. He could have been a multi-millionaire. He's still trying to make millions. But the good thing is he actually goes up again. He starts buying ICOs, all these coins, all these fair launches. At first he seems he's doing well. He holds most of his altcoins and they go to 95% on the minus through the bear market. He ends up with a couple $100,000 and thinks he's a genius. Now, a lot of people will still be fucking fantastic with this, and I want you guys to at least get 6 figures in your accounts by 2025. I genuinely believe that's 100% possible, and we can see with altcoin RB making a lot of mistakes. He 2x's 100 grand, he gets to 200 grand, and he thinks he's a genius, and honestly, he somewhat is a genius, because again, most people are going to have the altcoin RC, which isn't mentioned here, and they'll lose all their fucking money, or they'll lose 90% of it. But ideally, let's try and get to altcoin RA. We're not going to be doing this. We're not going to be doing this to some degree. I think if we can do this, yeah, bro, we're doing well. With just the 10 grand, it's going to be fucking unreal to be able to do that, but some of you guys are going to be able to do that. But what I want to promise you guys is, as you watch this video and we're going through the next stages, is I don't want you to be altcoin RC that loses money. That's what I will promise you. So these two, in my opinion, are both fine. But obviously altcoin RA, with altcoin RB, you're still going to your job, right? You're not doing anything with 200 grand because chances are you're going to spend some of it, or probably at least half of it, upgrade your lifestyle, but then you're going to be stuck in your job again, right? Once you get to this level, there's no job. Again, find your passion. You don't want to be just sitting on the beach all day, start a business, etc. once you have cash. And you don't need cash to start a business, to be 100% honest with you, but find your passion once you've made the money. So next one we're going to talk about is when is alt season. Now, I bashed on about this in my private community the other day. If you haven't checked it out, quick little plug here. Get in here. We're actually doing a meet soon. It's going to be sick. But I was bashing on about this. And I'm going to be doing a video on this soon in more detail. And it's not this video, but I'm just bringing it up briefly. This is so effing important, okay, as we're going through this. So understand why this is important. So when is alt season? Because that's what we're all waiting on, let's be honest. Don't focus on date, but understand money flow. Duration of the phases are parabolic, meaning first it takes largest and longest and goes the fastest. Phases overlap and can temporally reverse. Prepare accordingly. Now, what's set up here is alt season is a function of the market due to new participants' money flooding the market, pretty much. So money, we must understand the money flow here. This is usually triggered by BTC mining supply every 4 years. Now, if you aren't familiar with that, dudes, that is happening, I believe, on April 27th, 2024. It changes from time to time, but it's April or May time next year. So we have fucking time here to start our DCAs if you haven't already. But we don't have unlimited time. We now have less than a year, okay? It was about, a year and a half before, and now it's less than a year. It's going to be in 6 months' time. Guess what? You're going to have less than 6 months. And then eventually that time is going to come, and then it's going to be too late for you guys sitting on the side. Just understand that. So you have to be getting in as fast as you possible. And the more you can get into that 10k invested, that's how you can do serious effing damage. So the duration of the phase are parabolic, meaning phase 1 is the longest and phase 4 goes the fastest. We've seen this in previous round 2021, and if you were in 2017, I wasn't, but it was absolutely fucking crazy when you look at the charts. But 2021 was, the epitome of this. You've seen this. Phases overlap and can temporarily reverse before continuing, but we end in many of the alt season. It's likely there are multiple alt seasons per crypto cycle in varsity degrees, the biggest one being after the end of Bitcoin's bull run, when the largest number of participants ever enter the market. So phase 1, Bitcoin, the money flows into Bitcoin, and we've seen this recently, dudes. We've seen this starting to happen here, and then your Ethereum went, and then your other altcoins went, right? I'm not saying this is anywhere near it. Like I said, we need that halving to start to happen, but we are seeing recovery pumps, and this is good, but don't start selling any shit right now. If you are trading this, great, but we need to get our positions in first. So the phase overlap is money then goes into Ethereum, but it struggles to keep up with Bitcoin. Ethereum goes back and forth with Bitcoin and starts outperforming it. To give you a quick example, if you look at Ethereum in the last run, dudes, you've seen this. You've seen the violent spikes. Now, Bitcoin was still going, and that's great. Both of these will still go. And this is going to happen again, dudes, in my personal opinion. And it's just going to keep happening. And this is a beautiful thing. We can predict this to some degree. We can't predict the time, but we can predict the phases, right? Phase 2 is Ethereum. Ethereum starts heavily outperforming Bitcoin, and we hear talks about the flip and the market cap flipping. I don't necessarily think that's going to happen. I think this is going to happen, but I don't necessarily think the flipping will happen. It might. I hope it does. I hold a shitload of Ethereum, so I hope it does happen, but this will happen with the Ethereum starting to go fast. Now, phase overlap, money is flowing to larger caps, where we start seeing large caps buys happen. Now, what are large caps? Large caps are XRP, Cardano, Dogecoin, Solana. Some of these might not be around, but we will see, regardless of tokenomics, etc. Litecoin, for example, has been here for fucking ages, right? It's shit, in my opinion. Sorry for my potty mouth, but it just is. But guess what? It's going to start pumping again. And our example is Ethereum Classic. It's just a complete scam, in my opinion. But, we've seen that in 2021. These large caps, mid caps started to flow, and money was coming in. Now, phase 3 is where it starts to get exciting. We see money flow again. Ethereum has been outperforming Bitcoin, and large caps are going parabolic. So, again, I try and give you as many examples as possible. Solana was another one, but that was a small cap before. Boom, Matic, gone. Solana, gone. So this is great. This is what you want to see, and this is when money starts to flow. Regardless of market cap, some altcoins with strong fundamentals are halving punch. Now, you've already started to make stupid money here, right? You should start to learn out, but if you want to really get into phase 4 and make the serious wealth, you don't have to go to this degree. I will be going to this degree because I am a fucking maniac and I want to make stupid money, but I will have made stupid money by here just because I've got over 6 figures invested, right? I don't need to go crazy, but I will be doing this because I love this. It's a game, right? And you guys don't want to be missing out of it too. The good thing is we can take risks with this because we've banked profits here, right? We're probably already 20 to 40 to 50% out, maybe a little bit more, just depends on your risk tolerance. And we have, 50 to 20% or 20 to 50%, however you want to say it, in here, ready to go. So large caps have gone full vertical, and we're seeing blow off tops. Mid caps, low caps, micro caps, these smaller market cap coins, if you go down coin market cap, they're all starting to pump around the same time. Large caps have been outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum. It seems every single coin is going parabolic, regardless of fundamentals. Memes are everywhere. Everyone is super excited, and you feel the mania in the air. We've seen this in 2021. You definitely seen it in 2017. If you were around, 2025 is going to be nothing short of fantastic. And we're going to be able to see that again. So phase 4, or should I say part 4. Bitcoin price action can cut this short, but in general, this is how I've noticed the progression of altcoin pumps happening during alt season. Towards the end, garbage coins pump across the board, and that's fairly reliable, top of the signal that he looks for. So this is what he looks for when just complete shit. Now, I know we've seen meme coins, etc., Pepe and all this crap. This is just kind of the beginning phases, but this is nothing we're going to see by 2025. It's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. Those pumps were great if you read them, but it's nothing. But you can start to know when the cycle is going to end, right? When everything's going, Shiba's starting to go again, Dogecoin starting to go again. And I mean, go again, not just go, like really, really effing go. This is when it's done, right? So the start, technology, innovation, altcoin pump. Firstly, the market, Ethereum, Polygomatic, Solana, all this other stuff. Now, Solana came from nowhere, but it now has become a large cap. Middle, lesser known but still good quality alts are under accumulation in Satoshi value. And at the end, old OG coins considered dead. Coins are going complete garbage and pumping. So your Ethereum Classic, etc., etc. It's just my opinion. Some people still hold Ethereum Classic, your Litecoins, etc. But yeah, you'll still make money off them. That's the beautiful thing. Understand it. Now, this is where it starts to get interesting when we compare smart money to dumb money, right? So smart money, or should I say dumb money here, versus smart money. So it's hard to compare the right triad because human behavior is driven by emotional impulses. So a lot of people are saying, yeah, I'm not going to emotion, I'm going to take profits, etc. I'm not going to FOMO buy. I promise you, when you're in 2025 and you don't feel like you've got enough in to make life-changing gains and life-changing gains, you're going to get FOMO, okay? What you must be able to do is control yourself, relax, understand that you are going to make money, but don't FOMO, okay? Because smart money, big players, not me, big players recognize them, and it doesn't let them dictate their strategy. So I try to be smart money, but I'm an emotional person. we're all monkeys at the end of the day, guys. So we have to be religiously taking it easy and not doing the opposite of this. So your buys, check your fundamentals, etc. It's pretty obvious. Take your 10% pumps, come back in, accumulate, sell, strong sells, right? So for me, I'll be doing more of a 20x, 20% out. But you can see here, boom, I got a 10x. I'm going to shave off 10%, take the initial investment out plus more. Now you're really good. You'll go again. Wow, 20x average min. I'm going to sell 25% Marina bag. And then this is crazy. It's going vertical. 50x I'm taking. So start to take strong sell. You're pretty much fully out. And then you do it all over again. Now, the dumb money is pretty much the exact opposite of this, right? They'll do sales, they'll buy, they'll start buying here, and then like, oh, no, crypto's a scam. They'll do the exact opposite, right? So this is a very simplified version, but if you go on the chart, guess what? You get the exact same pattern, right? Buy, take profits, buy, take profits, take profits, buy. It's pretty simple, isn't it? When you really look at it, and this is just Solana. Do this in any coin. It's the same game, bro. So just keep that in mind. Now, 6, altcoin season is a function of new participants flowing into the crypto market. You have to understand the flow of the crowd. The best way to play cycle is to get one step ahead of the crowd and demonstrate the graphic below. So, phase 1, follow the crowd during the 4-year crypto cycle. In the midset of the bear market, no one wants Bitcoin. Accumulate BTC with dollars. Do you understand? In the midset of the bear market, no one wants Bitcoin. Start accumulating. Now, I know on my channel, I, to some degree, don't think Bitcoin is the best place for most people because, to be honest, it's hard to make a lot of money in Bitcoin. But I'm not opposed to this. It's just this is what nobody wants to hear, okay? I accumulate Bitcoin and Ethereum all the time. But nobody wants to hear this stuff, so it is what it is. But if you truly want to do well as well, it's not going to hurt you to have some Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's absolutely not going to hurt you. So phase 2, when Bitcoin makes a parabolic move, the crowd flows into BTC, altcoins go down significantly in Satoshi value, accumulate altcoins with the BTC that was bought for cheap. So we're doing a quick swap here, right? We're starting to accumulate. 3, after Bitcoin starts going up, and consolidates the crowd moves into altcoins. Sell altcoins for BTC during alt season. It's funny how you're doing the exact opposite of what everybody else is. Now that just works in life. If you do the exact opposite of the grain, if you want to start a business, etc., and you just everybody's saying, "Oh, never work, blah, blah, blah." Guess what? You make all the money because there's no competition, right? That's why I started this YouTube channel. There's no competition. There's a few YouTubers out there, of course, but there's zero competition, right? And I was like, fuck it, I'll just do it. And people were like, "Oh, you'll never do well." And like, we're doing well enough. It's the same for everything in life. And if you want to get seriously good in cryptocurrency, I'll just follow this, dude. It's so simple. 3A, we can loop this back. Bitcoin makes another leg up, so we'll see this constantly happen. And once you know it's time to get out of this, we'll go to 3B on the final altcoin of the loophole. Many of your no-coiner friends are asking about Bitcoin. The entire herd is here. Now, it resonates so hard with me because my mum, my hairdressers, my dad, etc. were all asking about Bitcoin here. They were all asking about Bitcoin here at 69K. They were all asking Bitcoin. Bitcoin's a new thing. So, bro, I've been buying Bitcoin since 17K, bro. I already knew this shit. But that's the way it works. The rate of new participants to the market slowed down. These people pretty much got wrecked. Bitcoin, we had that blow off top, and the bear market's starting. All right, and I think we're around about here. Nowhere near anything good happening. And again, people are making money right now with these shit coins. That's great, but understand this is where the real money's made. We're nowhere near starting this again, and this is beautiful. If you are early, so much time. I would screenshot this. I would watch this section again. I would really understand each of these parts so far. It's going to save you potentially millions of dollars, honestly. So just keep that in mind. 7, when he's researching a project, these are the questions I'm looking to have answered before I invest. So we can go a little bit deeper on actually why he buys projects. Most of the information can be found on the website, white paper, CoinGecko, blah, 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 and Twitter. So he likes to have the idea of the idea, price, liquidity, token, team, technology. So he splits it up. So the idea, is it a hot growth narrative? So guess what? AI. AI is one of the most hottest growth narratives going. And I am looking at altcoins in the AI section, like your Ocean Protocol, like your Signal AI, like your Render, maybe. And this is the next narrative. So understand that. And once you do that, that's all you need to know. Price, is it currently pumping, etc. Liquidity, where can I buy it? Can you actually sell it? Because a lot of these shit coins, there's no liquidity. Understand that. You might make money on your wallet, on your phone, but can you actually take out the cash? Understand that. Technology and the team. Team is super important. It's always what I'm bashing on about a bunch of times. Now, number 8 is it's important to be diversified in multiple narratives in cryptocurrency. This is where you could add AI to this. I don't think it's here because this is obviously in 2021, but AI would be another one. And why you need to add this is pretty much it's going to compound for exponential profits. Multiple narratives increase a project's pumpability. So NFTs were massive in 2021. A lot of people made money in NFTs, but also a lot of people lost money in NFTs because guess what? They bought pretty much here, right? It was too late. So understand that. Polkadot ecosystem is obviously massive. ETH killers would be Solana again. Scaling, Oracles, gaming, your Gala games, etc. Like I said, I would add AI payment processor. A lot of projects plan to do this. A lot of projects as well will fail all these stuff, but guess what? You can still ride them. DeFi is obviously one of the biggest ones. Identity, privacy, Monero, etc. Data, and again, add AI to this one. And that's all you need to know. You don't have to touch all of them. Narratives don't all to be touched. I won't be touching all of them because again, it's just too spread for me. But you can if you want. Understand that. Now, this is something I remember vividly when I made that video in 2021. It was this chart, and this was one of the most mind-blowing things for me whenever I've seen this. So I get asked a lot of questions about how to see alts and what to do with the profits. The answer depends on where we are in the market cycle and illustrated by the infographic below. Compounding gains turn small initial investments into life-changing wealth. So this is where you can turn a small amount of money into a big amount of money without that active income. Again, I would always recommend the active income. But if you are like, fuck it, I hate my job, I'm spending too much, okay, you need to follow this. What we've always talked about in the previous slides, you need to follow this one to a T. Here's your portfolio of altcoins. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? Bitcoin's not included so far. So this is what I recommend, 5 to 10, okay? One of your altcoins pumps, you go to 2, take profits and sell to Bitcoin. This is something I always forget to do, dudes. I always just take profits and take the cash. But understand when we're in this cycle of this, we can still make money with that BTC back. It's so important. I'm going to be religiously doing this over and over again. Like I said, if you want more in depth, get in here, get in this group right now. Thank yourself later, because I guarantee you're going to make money. Now, after this, what we can say is do not buy back the same altcoin in a dip unless it's a top tier coin. Understand it. We're spoiled for opportunities and it's more profitable to buy altcoins that haven't pumped. So, cryptocurrency, as we know, has 24,000 coins out there, dudes. Do not buy the same altcoin unless it's a top tier coin. Do not go with the girl again unless she's a top tier girl. If she's a 2 or 3 out of 10, you chuck her away, you put her in the bin, you use her for what she is, and she's done, right? A top tier girl, keep going on dates with her, right? Just like the crypto. We can use these coins religiously to pump cash out of them. And that's the most important. Now, I know that explanation was a bit vulgar there with females, but honestly, it's the same game. It literally is the same game. So we've got our profits, we sell to Bitcoin. Now, we've got two options here. We've got a 4A and a 4B. Notice the cycle repeats. A 4B is near the end of the bull cycle, sell to Bitcoin for fiat, but always hold some long term. Now, this is what Roberto, my man Roberto, this guy, where is he? This guy is always talking about this, and he really got this up to me. So he was always under the impression, and it's really just opened my eyes again. His plan, I believe, is to sell to Bitcoin and Ethereum long term. It's not going to hurt you to have these in your portfolio, and that's something I'm strongly considering because I was always under the impression of, let me just get GBP cash. I need cash. It's not going to hurt to have some Bitcoin. To be honest, especially if you're riding altcoins to accumulate more wealth and getting cheaper Bitcoin. So, but must you always do is do not buy the altcoins, as they will have a brutal bear market. And we've seen that. Look at any coin, Solana, etc. Look at all these ones that have all had horrendous bear markets. And that's good because we come and buy them again, right? Once we are confirmed in a bear market. We don't buy them for the bull market because it's over, right? And 4A, on the other side, if we are still in a bull run for crypto, use some profits to buy more bags that haven't pumped yet. And this is what I really tried to do last run. So I was buying coins and I was looking for stuff that hadn't moved yet. And lo and behold, they all started to move. Literally, they all started to move. There was exceptions, of course. This is where we will lose some of our money, but this is why we're spread. That's why we have 8 to 10, maybe even a little bit more, maybe some less for you. But if you can follow this, it's so simple when you look at it. You just rinse and repeat this. And it's beautiful. So 10, influencers refer to altcoins and their USD value. This was me to some degree because it makes them look better with Bitcoin. Well, Bitcoin outperforms. If your altcoin is not outperforming Bitcoin, there is no point being invested. Now, this was me in HBAR, and this is still technically me with HBAR right now. HBAR is not outperforming Bitcoin, so I'm losing money because, again, I should just be holding Bitcoin if I'm being hyper. Now, I'm here for 2025, of course, but I would have a lot more cash, millions of dollars, if I just held Bitcoin now. But again, I understand this, took some risk. I'm still new. We all are still new. We're all learning. So just understand that if your altcoin isn't beating Bitcoin, you need to look at Satoshi value to know what's really going on. And you can see here, USD value and BTC value goes down. Altcoiner buys 1 BTC worth of altcoin at $2. You see 2 altcoin is worth $2.40, and the altcoiner thinks he's doing well. His favorite influencer says we're up 20%, so he's talking about it. But what really happened is altcoiner has lost 60% of his BTC, and he only has 0.4 BTC. When I looked at this, it was hard to stomach this, but this is true. This is honestly true. If your altcoins are not being Bitcoin right now, you'd be better off holding Bitcoin. Now, I'm not telling you guys to sell them because obviously I don't believe in that. Once you're in to some degree. But if you don't believe in some altcoin anymore, maybe you should sell. Maybe is the narrative changed? I know some people sold Gala Games, for example. Really consider that, dudes. Because you need to consider that, right? This is your future you're talking about. Do not get wrecked just by being sold into a narrative that you don't fully understand. 11. Aim to sell most of your position in the top third of the cycle, analysing the previous 2 cycles. You only had 40 days to sell in this era. Both times it took place around the new year. To maximise gains, you want to be averaging out of the heaviest in this 40-day period. And you can see here 2 bumps, and the same was 2021 with Bitcoin. You've seen the same thing again. It was a little bit longer. I think it was a few months, June, July. Yeah, the 2 bumps. The second pump was actually higher, a double top, which is interesting. So understand this. It's a bit confusing, but really take your time to digest this one. And 12, in the below analysis of the 2 main altcoins of the 2017 to 2018, the brighter of the yellow, more altcoin tops were occurring. Interestingly, 2/3 of the alts had their all-time high in Satoshi value in their first alt season. In both seasons, BTC had done a 10x, and ETH was making parabolic moves again. So I'm not going to read over this too much, but just if you want to pause it right here and really understand these charts, or like I said, go and get Secret Cycles of Crypto followed. And lastly, what I will say, before I kind of sign this off to you guys, is there's always someone trying to steal your crypto. There are many layers of protection you can use beyond these, if you're thinking about crypto investing. So building a safe infrastructure is connecting secure networks only. Just keep yourself safe. Passwords written down, 2FAs. You know the gist of this, guys. If you have money in exchanges, and I still do in KuCoin, but it's just a small amount. It's the small DC I'm tracking on you guys. So to sum up this video, guys, hope you enjoyed this long one. Again, if you want to get more access to us and our community, first link in the description, get signed up. But if you didn't, I really hope you got some value, and you don't need to join. Just the free value is fine. Like it's all love. But if you want to speak with me personally, you can join there. But I really, really, really hope you understood this video. It's so effing important. Go back and rewatch this video, Secret Cycles of Crypto. Give him a follow. He's got some good stuff. Go through this yourself and understand it and digest it. Because you can see here, dudes, you do not need a lot of money if you know how to play this game. And it's all out there. It's all out there. Honestly, this guy could have sold this for like 2 to 3 grand. He honestly could have. Because the values here. It sounds simple, but nobody knows how to actually execute this, and it's all there for you. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video, dudes.